Uh, I don't know what's going on with the UFC. I don't know if you've been watching it. I'm sure everyone saw UFC 200. And once again, we now have a new women's champion. I'm almost beginning to think that this is some sort of setup. Ronda loses to Holly Holm. Holly Holm loses the first match to Misha. Misha Tate loses the first match to Amanda Nunes. I don't understand what's the matter with these people. With Holly's fight, at least that went 5 rounds, and then Misha got control, and Misha just blew it in this last fight. Misha has gone on record a number of times saying, "Oh well, Amanda Nunes is not a slow starter; she's a fast starter." So why wasn't she prepared for this fight? It seemed like Misha was saying, "Oh, I'm better than before, I'm stronger than before," and she blew it. She blew it. And some people said that because she wound up becoming the main card because that other gentleman, I forgot his name, he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, and that's why he was taken out of the card, and that's why Misha and Amanda Nunes were moved up. So what? Big deal. It's not like they changed the date on her. I watched what I could of this video of the match, and it's like she just got the crap kicked out of her. Amanda moved in fast, had these precise strikes, and broke Misha's nose, which I think has been broken a few times already, and then got the neck crank on her and made her submit. I just can't help feel that they're setting this up for some type of Ronda Rousey return. And maybe I'm wrong, but this is like the UFC hot potato. What's the matter with these people? They can't hold on to the title? I mean, Holly holds it on once. Misha holds it on once. And by her own words, Misha says that doesn't count until you defend the championship belt. So Holly never defended it. She defended it once and lost. Now Misha's got the same thing to say. She defended it once and she lost. I really thought that... I can't believe that Misha underestimated this woman. Because Misha talked pretty highly about her, and from what I thought, she was going to be very prepared for Amanda Nunes, and I was in shock when I read. I can't help but think that this is like I said, this is some type of setup, for Ronda to get the belt back and then retire. Because all these people, and we'll have to see who Amanda Nunes faces, but I don't understand it. They get to the championship and they lose the belt the first time around. I mean, is Ronda as good as she is? Because she held it for a long time. Are these people just paper champions? I mean, Misha's come back from before, and I thought, I'm really disappointed. I think that she handled her defeat like a champion and respectfully, and thanked all of her fans. And that was a really class act, and I'm glad to see that she did that. And I believe that Misha will come back, but I'm still flabbergasted that she lost the way she did. I mean, if it went 5 rounds and she still lost, I would have been still disappointed. But what Misha meant to me was that how you can be written off and then really come back and show everyone. Remember, about a year ago, people were saying this before the fight. A year ago, Misha was thinking about resigning, especially when she didn't get the 3rd fight against Ronda Rousey and it went to Holly Holm. But she stuck with it, and she won the belt. And even back then, I didn't think Misha was going to win, and I'm glad that she did. But, come on, Misha. I mean, you lose in a minute 34 seconds? I mean, what type of champion are you? At least Holly Holm, she gave you 5 rounds and was winning that fight until she made a mistake, a big mistake, and I'm glad you capitalized on it. But I don't know, the way you got clobbered is just unbelievable. And by your own admission, you knew that Amanda Nunes was a fast starter. So you were prepared for all this. How could you let this happen? I mean, maybe somebody knows, and like I said, I could be wrong, but maybe the UFC, with Ronda out of the way, that maybe they're losing revenue, maybe they're not as popular as they were before, and maybe this is some type of way to get Ronda back in. I mean, Misha, I still think you're great. I'm disappointed that you lost. I really would have liked to have seen you win again, but I'm disappointed. And but maybe you are a juggernaut, and maybe you can come out again. But your time is now to sit back. And I'm interested to see how Amanda Nunes does. She looks like a really tough girl. It's like she came out there and dismantled her. But I think that Misha should get a rematch. I don't think that she's going to. I don't know who Amanda Nunes is going to face next, but it should be pretty interesting. I was, like I said, I expected a long fight, and I think Misha was gearing up for a long fight. And I know Misha's traditionally a slow starter. Like, I saw Misha, the fight with Kat Zingano, when Misha, actually just fell apart, and Kat Zingano won that fight. Misha's tough, but I really was just kind of taken aback, like how pretty easily Amanda Nunes got to her. Maybe she got psyched out when she got punched in the nose. I don't know, but we'll have to see. And I don't know what's up with Ronda Rousey. Misha's on TV saying, "Oh, Ronda's not the same person." Whatever. Well, what about you, Misha? Are you going to be the same person after what happened to you? I mean, I don't know. There's that old saying, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You didn't do too well in your first title defense. So, and Holly Holm did better than you in her first title defense. So, to think that you waited all this time to get this, belt, and you lost it in less than 2 minutes? I mean, did you care? Or did you just show up that night? Anyway, I don't know, but I think some of the pundits would posit that I think this is some type of grander scheme of things, that maybe by keeping the belt moving around, it keeps it interesting. I remember when I used to watch the pro wrestling back when with NWA and AWA, and I remember the fans were complaining because 1 week Ric Flair would win the belt, then he'd lose it the next week, then win it back again, lose it back, win it back, and people would say, "Well, you're the 7-time championship," and people would say, "Well, you had to lose it 6 times in order to be 7 times," So, I mean, but which is, I think it's kind of funny, but I don't know. And if you people know, let me know what you think. I mean, I'm just going by what I've seen. I don't really follow the UFC, super in depth, but I pay a general interest in it. And I saw Misha at the weigh-in. Misha looked great at the press conference. Misha looked ravishing. She looked ravishing. She looked pretty, but she looked confident. She looked like a champion. And Amanda Nunes looked like this street kid. And I don't know. And maybe you people out there know more than I do, but as Layla Ali said about Ronda Rousey, you don't get beaten that bad when you're in your prime. And I think Misha was in her prime here. I mean, she won the belt. I was convinced, based on her interviews, the way she was acting, that I think that a lot of people wrote her off, and she proved them wrong. Up to yesterday. Okay? I don't know what happened yesterday. So, maybe you better go to Canada and get some soul searching done or whatever it is. But, I was disappointed. But it just goes to show that it's not the size of the person in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the person. And obviously Amanda Nunes trained very well for this. In my mind, I thought that this was going to be a tune-up for Misha. And I don't know, does anyone know what's coming up next? I mean, does Amanda face Ronda Rousey next? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. But we'll have to see. Anyway, please give me your comments about this, and let me know what your opinions are. Thanks.